and this video will show you exactly how to increase the intention in your solar plexus to attract what you want. I'm going to share with you a practical way of understanding it that can allow you to really move in the direction of what you want and become who you prefer to be. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a recent experience that I had when I went to Sedona, explaining to you a symbol that we can use towards understanding the power of intention. Now, as with a lot of these things, and as what I normally say, the true power is what we give meaning to. So what I mean by this is when it comes to what we call our chakras, it has to do with understanding the mental representations and the symbols that we might use to understand them. Now, what this means is that I'm just using them in the form of something that we can relate to, maybe like an analogy, something that makes more sense to us. And when it comes to the different chakra points, it has to do with different colors, which mean different things. And of course, that meaning is something that maybe at a mass level, we all decided that this is what these colors mean, this is what these energy centers of the body mean. But nonetheless, there's something that we can definitely learn from it. So I recently went to Sedona and I went with a couple friends. We had a good time. We just stayed there for like a day. And what we did is we went to this like metaphysical type shop, I guess you could say. And in there was the opportunity to get our aura taking, which measures the electromagnetic energy of the body, the different colors, which chakras we have that are like the most powerful, and which ones need balancing, all of those things. So I was like, hey, it's only like, 50, 60 bucks. Let's let it get it done. So we did it. And I was surprised because you go, you sit on this machine, you like put your hand over this thing, and then it like takes a picture of you and it can tell like certain parts of like your head and like where the colors are. And it's very interesting because they say that there's like the left side of the body is like what you receive, and then the right side of the body is what you give. So it's like there's different colors on each side. But what I found was interesting is because I'm so into this metaphysical information and I'm so into meditation on those things, I figured and I assumed that certain chakras of mine would have been much more powerful than they were, or at least that the most dominant one that I had was going to be like maybe, like the heart or the throat, because I'm always speaking. But it was actually the solar plexus area. And it's made a lot of sense after I looked at it. Now, at first, my ego, or I was kind of like wondering and thinking, oh, does that mean I'm not as evolved right now or something like that? Because when you think of the chakras, you think the higher up you go, the more evolved that you are. But really what it has to do is it has to do with what you're currently focused on and what you're currently working through. Because these ones were still strong when I looked at the chart and when I had the reading done. But it was the predominant one within my energy field was the intention one, was the solar plexus. It was like the solar plexus, the yellow was all around my body. And even when I was talking to the person, she said that it's like just dominating your whole energy field. Now, it makes a lot of sense though, because the solar plexus area is the power of the will, it's the power of discipline, it's the power of success and moving forward. And all I'm focused on these last like 4 or 5 months is taking massive action, doing what I love to do every day, having a purpose to add value as many people as possible. I have a very strong vision for over the next couple of years, the things I want to do and the person I want to become so that I can add more value to you guys. And that's something that's really changed my life, that's really allowed me to see myself in a completely new way. So it actually made a whole bunch of sense. So what I did is I went home and I looked up the solar plexus area. I looked more about intention and found out that people that are in the that are experiencing a lot of growth or have a lot of focus in that direction will have that kind of energy or have that like really predominantly in their field. Now, then I read more about it and I came to learn it more. And what I've basically learned about it is that in order to increase the intention of our solar plexus, let's first off understand that our solar plexus, is what projects out certainty and boldness into our energy field. And when we are feeling confident, when we are feeling like we are doing what we love to do, or we're going in a certain direction and a lot of our energy is focused in that direction, that will cause it to become more predominant in our energy field. Now, this is also the power of intention. Now, I have very powerful or strong intentions, just in the sense that I'm putting so much energy into it for the YouTube channel to grow, for me to reach more people, for me to connect to more people and just add more value in whatever way I can. And because I have those so strongly and because I take so much action with it, I think that's why it's so predominant. Now, when it comes to it, what I've realized is that the certainty we feel, the more we practice it, the more we have will and the more that we are disciplined, that will grow that area or that chakra point of our body. Now, I know to some people this might sound like a woo-woo idea, but understand it's just using it more for the symbolic representation of us understanding it. And when I say this, what I mean is that when it comes to the intention of our body, realize that if we put out a strong intention for us to accomplish something, what we are in a way doing is affirming who we prefer to be. The more we affirm who we prefer to be through our actions, through our choices, think of decisions that we make. Decisions also rooted in the word to cut off. We cut off the decisions, or we cut off the choices that don't serve us. As we do that, we increase the focus, we increase the power of that, and then that grows within us. The way that I look at intention is that what it does is as we're focused on that area, or we're focused on doing things, our choices that reaffirm who we prefer to be, being disciplined in the direction that we want, we are increasing that magnetism and we are projecting it out into the future. It is connecting with different possibilities. This is the symbolic way that I look at it. And what we can begin to do is to know that the choices we are making is what is growing or pulsating out the intentions that we have and what we want to experience. And as long as we hold the frame, as long as we continue to take massive action and we find ourselves staying disciplined in the direction of what we want, that will grow within us. The way I look at it as intention is that we set an intention and that all of our choices will begin to map up with it. It means we have to be congruent with our follow through. So I set the intention that I want to reach this number of people, that I want to make an impact in people's life and help them see who they really are and the power they really have to create what they want in their life. And as I have that intention, my actions have to link up to it. So that means that I create videos every day, I edit every day, I'm constantly working one-on-one with people, I'm doing everything I can to add value, and as I have that intention and my actions map up to it, I can feel that that's what's developing momentum. That's what's allowed me to experience so much growth over the last 5 months. So when I went to that center and they told me that, after I looked at it, it made a lot of sense. And it simply has to do with the direction of where I'm going. It has to do with what I'm doing. And in a couple years, it may change. It may be like I kind of revert back and I focus more on maybe some part of my heart. And I'm more focused on maybe just like a compassionate point of view, and of the success and the growth really doesn't mean as much. It really depends on where we are in our life. And it's a matter of knowing that, first off, all of the chakras are something that we're connected to. It's something that was still balanced. I'm not saying that this was the only one that I had that, had any impact whatsoever, but it was definitely very predominant. And I automatically assumed that that meant something not good. But in reality, it just meant that that's what I'm currently focused on. I have so much energy in that direction that that's why it's grown. And that's something that I figured I could share with you guys today. When it comes to your choices, when it comes to the things you do every day, the discipline you have, the more willpower you have, the more boldness you exhibit by being who you prefer to be, the more certainty you put out, the more likely you are to experience what you want. Think of any time we practice doing something, we are becoming more certain of it. We're creating more reference experiences. And then as we do it more and more, it just starts to flow easier. I've noticed that since I've been doing these daily videos, and especially since the last maybe 3 weeks, it is so much easier for me to get up every morning and to create a video and to have it flow easier. When I used to have my job, my sales commission job before I did YouTube full time, it took me a lot to really get into the flow state because I had so much other stuff going on. But now that I'm just practicing this every single day, I've made, I think, 3 videos a day the last at least 7 or 8 days. And I'm doing this because I'm getting ready to go out of town here in a couple weeks. And when I do, I want to be at least 30 videos ahead. I think I'm 24, 25 videos ahead right now. So I'm just doing all of this work now. But this, putting myself in that mode and making me take this kind of action has made it so these videos just flow so much easier. Like literally, I just come up with the video topics and it just starts to flow. It's very easy, it's effortless because I've practiced it so much. I developed the confidence and the knowing, the certainty that I'll say the things I'm supposed to say at the right time, and therefore things happen in that easy way. So what I encourage you to do is to look within, decide who you prefer to be, decide what you really want, move towards it, all of your choices, map out towards it, map out in that direction, set powerful intentions, and as you stay disciplined and you simply decide that that's who you prefer to be, you'll find that that grows within you. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you're able to see the daily vids that I do. Also, I put the free PDF on the top 3 law of attraction techniques that have changed my life in the description box in case you guys are interested. And as always, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.